What is up, guys? Welcome back to another episode here on Futbol Asada. I'm your host, Andre, here with my co-host, Chris.
What up, boys and girls?
And we're going to immediately get into it because we secured la remontada. 4-0 in Toluca. I mean, are you surprised?
A little bit, not gonna lie. I didn't think we were going into it. I wasn't sure if this team was capable of pulling off a remontada again. I think I was believing a little more in Honduras because they fumbled last time. I didn't think Honduras was capable of fumbling again. But I think I gotta give a lot of credit. For me, the main takeaway was I gotta give a lot of credit to Javier Aguirre. I think Javier Aguirre had a masterclass yesterday. Not because he got every decision right, because for whatever reason he still started Chadi Rodriguez. I don't know how that guy's still starting in 2024. And then there was a few decisions that also didn't pay off for him. Like he started Alexis Gutierrez, who didn't really have a good game. He started Rodrigo Huescas in defense, and I'm seeing a lot of mixed reviews of him online. Like, I didn't think he played that well. I thought every cross he had was absolutely terrible.
I
But a
agree.
lot of people seem to think he had a good game. So there was those decisions that didn't pay off. But it's just a simple fact that he was actually just willing to take a risk. Like he saw what he did in the first leg, the lineup he had in the first leg didn't work, and he made 8 changes in a must-win game. And some of the changes did pay off. Like Chiquito Rosco, a young center back, he threw him into the fire, bro. Like this is a must-win game where you have to keep a clean sheet. And Chiquito Rosco had a very good game and had a beautiful assist to Raul Jimenez that I think got us going. That was the first goal of the game. And then another thing I want to credit Javier Aguirre for is 3 of the goals that we scored were players that he subbed in. That's like perfect, I think, in-game adjustments from Javier Aguirre. And again, I think the main thing is I'm just very happy that I got to see like a manager that's actually willing to like, you know what, I messed up the first time. I'm willing to make changes. That's something we never saw with Tata. We never saw with Jimmy Lozano. Those players that would fail them over and over and over again, they would still play them no matter what. The very next game, 10 games in a row. But Javier Aguirre, like, no, he just like, you're not cutting it. I'm going with the next guy. I think he is the main reason we pulled off this remontada. Honduras pretty much parked the bus, but the way we played, I think the way he set us up, the way he had us playing, for us to create 27 shots, multiple big chances, scoring 4 goals against a team that parked the bus. I think for me, Javier Aguirre justified his place being the national team manager. That was my biggest takeaway.
Yeah, without trying to bring up the past manager, Jimmy Lozano, too much, it's something that he would have never done. You know, I think realistically, he probably would have made one change and it probably would have been Charlie Rodriguez's start. But like you said, he made changes and a lot of them didn't work, but at least he made them. And I really like how most of them were risks. Like throwing in Chiquete there, he's not really been a good center back for Mexico in the last 3 starts he's had. He's conceded a lot of goals. He proved a lot. I think that left center back position is secured with Johan and him. The way he carried the ball for that first goal as a center back was really, really good to see. And like I've said in the past, like this is one of the players in Liga MX that could go to Europe. I honestly believe that, and he was very close to doing so in the summer. But something else from the match, I really like how at times we were playing a 3 center back formation. And that's something me and you have been calling for a long time, like a 3-5-2 or something, because the 3 center backs were Edson, Cesar Montes, and Chiqueta at times. We had the 2 wing backs that were going up very much. And then obviously Alexis Vega, like he was basically free roaming. And he created a lot of chances. To me, I think that was our most creative player, and that's something we've been lacking for a long time. So I agree with you. Props to Javier Aguirre for making all those changes.
I want to piggyback off what you just said about Alexis Vega. I thought he had a very good game, and I'm very happy he did because usually in big games, I mean, I'm a Chivas fan who used to play for us. He would never show up in big games. Arguably the biggest game since the World Cup, like in his national team career, he showed out. I saw a stat that he created 12 chances, and he got the I think the last or the game winning assist to Jorge Sanchez. I thought he was absolutely great, and then Malagon, I also want to give credit to Malagon. That's 2 Nations Leagues in a row against Honduras where he had to make a clutch save or a couple clutch saves to help us keep the clean sheet, and he did. Like those twice where I thought Honduras scored a banger, but he had 2 very, very clutch saves again.
2 clean sheets in the return leg in Mexico.
Yep.
Because one goal, it was over, and I think they were very close to doing so. They had that one shot in the first half. It was like full power, and he saved it. So I think he secured his spot. I don't think Ochoa should be the main goalie ever again. Now, to be honest, I think
I want to credit Ochoa for one thing real quick. I liked his attitude.
yeah, he was
From the
celebrating and
bench.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, like I didn't like. I would have hated to see him sulking or and all that. Or like, I'm actually glad that he was like celebrating with the team and like very happy to see Mexico succeeding. You can see like he was celebrating with Aguirre instead of being
Hmm.
pissed that he got like benched.
Yeah.
Like I think the vibes are good right now with the team, and I was happy to see that.
Yeah, I like that you said that because even though if he doesn't play, like he's still the oldest player, he still has so much experience to carry these other goalkeepers, you know. So I mean that's something you always want to see within the team. It boosts the team morale. But let's get into the player ratings. Starting off in net, Malagon, 0 out of 10.
Like an 8. Didn't have a lot to do, but what he needed to get done, he got done. So yeah, 8.
Cesar Montes,
Was committing a lot of like silly fouls. I think he had a yellow card early in the game, but I'll still give him like a 7. I mean, you can keep a clean
yeah, no,
sheet.
he's
And
a bit shaky without Johan. I don't know. I'll give him a 7. And she's one of the players that didn't really stand out. Chiquete.
8. Very solid game. Got a good assist. I'll give him 8.5.
I
Actually,
give him a 9. Bro, I loved his performance. His tackles, obviously the assist, it was almost perfect. Gallardo.
I'm not gonna say he was terrible because we kept a clean sheet and he was like all right, but he did have a horrible miss in the first half.
Oh, yeah.
Like it should have been an easy tap in or at least get it on target, and he like almost kicked it to the corner flag. I'll give him like a 6.5.
I'll give him like a 7.5 because he was pushing up all game, and that's what we needed. He almost had the assist to Jorge Sanchez's sitter.
Oh, true as well. Yeah.
Huescas. He should have had an assist to Gallardo.
Westcott, for me, I mean, a lot of people might not like to hear this. I thought he was Mexico's probably their worst player. But I'm not saying this guy should never play for Mexico again. He's only 21 years old. He got thrown into the fire in a must-win game. And I'm pretty sure he was marking Luis Palma like the whole first half. So I'm not like gonna crucify this guy because he's a very young player and playing in Europe. But I don't think he had a good game at all. I know a lot of. I'm seeing a lot of people saying they thought he had a good game. I didn't think so at all. I think me watching the game with my dad, we were like pissed every single time this guy was sending in a cross because every cross he sent was like the wrong decision. Like when he needed to send it low, he would send it over the top. When he needed to send like a
Over the top, he'd send it low.
like over the top, he'd like center it low, and your Honduran defenders would like easily clear it every single time. I can't remember one good cross he had the entire game, and I think he also had like a yellow card. So for me, it was the worst Mexico player, but it wasn't that bad. And considering he's only a young player, I'll give him like a 5.
I'll give him a 6 because he should have had an assist. He might have not had the best day, but he's a player that is going to be important if we continue playing like a formation like that. I think he's the best right wing back Mexico has currently. Edson Alvarez.
6.5. Thought he was solid, but gave the ball away a few times in midfield. I think he had another yellow card. Missed an easy sitter in the first half, and he almost scored a banger at the same time, like early in the game.
Before the second minute.
Yeah, so I mean,
been GG's right there.
it was up and down for me, so I think it was a 6.5.
Yeah, I'll give him a 6 as well. Luis Romo.
I didn't really notice him, to be honest, and maybe that's a good thing. So I'll give him like a 6.5.
I'll give him a 7. He controlled the tempo a lot, and he was always open for the ball. Charlie Rodriguez.
Again, complete ghost. 5. You don't really notice him, bro. Like, and when you do, he's just passing the ball back. He takes 0 risks. Like, this guy is kind of just there, like wasting space.
Like, you can see it in his face. The guy like gives me like he's very like not confident within himself. As good as he could be with Cruz Azul, I'm not a Cruz Azul fan. This is Mexico. I think obviously he wasn't terrible. Nobody was, but he just didn't stand out. So I'll give him a 6. Alexis Vega. Oh no, Alexis Gutierrez.
Gutierrez again didn't do a single thing, to be honest. I'd also give him just a 5. I think Gutierrez, Charlie, and Huescas, for me, were probably like the worst players of the game. And coincidentally, they were also the first 3 subs. So I think El Vasco saw what I was watching, at least. Yeah, they were all rightfully subbed out early in the second half.
He had a couple crosses, a couple plays, but not really the best performance. Alexis Vega.
Man of the match for me, even though he didn't get one of the 4 goals. He was an absolute beast. So I'll say like a 9.
He's on good form. I think Toluca he's finding himself again. And in terms of the national team, he's a player that Mexico does need. We can't forget before the World Cup, he was Mexico's most creative player, the reason why he has the 10 jersey. And I don't know, he might have a chance to lift the Liga MX trophy this season, something he couldn't do with Chivas.
Just had to throw that in there, huh?
I'll give him a 9. Raul Jimenez.
8.5. I mean, bagged a goal. I think he also got an assist. Was all over the field, recovering the ball. Just a very good performance.
I'll give him a 9. I think besides this goal and assist, I think his hold-up play and his presence was ideal because with Santi Jimenez, he has no presence. Obviously, I wish he does. But even if Raul doesn't have the ball, he's always moving. He's always like shoving the defenders. He's making himself known on the field, which is important if you're a striker. So a 9. Now let's get to the subs. Jorge Sanchez.
I mean, I thought he was solid. I think I'm gonna give him an 8. I mean, you scored the game-winning goal minutes after You just missed the sitter of the game. If Mexico would have lost, everyone would have been blaming Juan Sanchez because he missed a wide open chance. But he didn't let that affect him. Redeemed himself. Scored a goal. Like, he's having the best season, arguably, of his career with Cruz Azul. Cruz Azul is flying, and he's a lock starter for them. And then yesterday he comes up clutch for Mexico. So I'm gonna have to give him an 8.
Yeah, I agree. I give him an 8, bro. That sitter. Oh man, good for him that he had that goal because he would have gotten slandered at full time. Who else got subbed in?
There was Orbelin. I don't think he deserves a rating.
No,
He
show.
played like a couple minutes. Luis Chavez, same thing. Played like a couple minutes. Like, they're more just like subbing at the end of the game. Henry Martin, yeah, I will give him a rating.
10.
I mean, you score a brace.
That's a 10.
I mean, you're at least getting a 9. So I'll give him a 9.
I'll give him off the bench a 10. I mean, that's the perfect sub. A brace, that's a 10. He didn't start the game, so I can't name a man of the match. But yeah, it was an entertaining game.
I'll give Aguirre, though. Like I said in the beginning, I'll give Aguirre a 9.5. Not because every decision he made was right, but because a lot of he just was willing to make crucial, risky decisions, and some of them paid off. The ones that did pay off massively, and I think that's the main reason why Mexico is advancing to the Nations League semifinals. That semifinals, looking forward, is not going to be easy, but we'll get there when we get there.
Yep. Let us know in the comments for all you guys watching what you guys thought of Mexico's performance, who you guys thought stood out more. Was Javier Aguirre's tactical masterclass or a certain player? And obviously hit the subscribe button down below because the Nations League will be coming up, and obviously the Liga MX playoffs are now going to start, so it's content you guys do not want to miss. I really recommend it. And yeah, any last comments?
Nope. Just glad we survived, bro. Survived yet again.
Hit the links down below to follow our socials and join our Discord link, and we'll catch you guys next time.
Thanks.